There are dozens of reasons why the new Audi R8 is better than the vehicle that it replaces, but for me, there are 10 that allow this German coupe to stand out from the pack, and they all sit right behind me. Let's go for a drive.
Audi's Halo Supercar has received its first major update since the second generation model was released in 2016. For the first time, the two-pronged R8 lineup is now permanently split by drive types, with the V10 solely rear-wheel drive and the V10 Performance strictly all-wheel drive, the latter paired with more power and a $100,000 pricing premium. This midlife update is not so much about performance, but more about design and technology, with a raft of updates designed to broaden the R8's appeal.
As ever, the highlight here is the engine, 5.2 litres worth of naturally aspirated V10. And amid the current crop of electrified and turbocharged supercars, this one has a real point of difference. It's done duty in the Audi LMS GT3 race car since 2009. It has cylinder on-demand deactivation and dry sump lubrication. It is a really special bit of kit.
Officially, you get a 0 to 100 time of 3.6 seconds in the regular R8 and 3.2 seconds in the case of the tweaked V10 Performance variant. There's also 8-piston steel front brakes, sports suspension and a sports exhaust on the entry car, while the Performance model ups the ante with magnetic ride suspension, larger 20-inch wheels and carbon ceramic brakes.
Those additions are all well and good, but for me, it's the R8's engine that's the real redeeming feature. 5.2 litres worth of naturally aspirated V10. There's power everywhere, it's full of theatre, and it revs to nearly 9,000 RPM. Unbelievable. Throw the R8 into a corner, and that aluminium space frame chassis just works wonders. It digs its heels in and sits really flat through the faster turns, but at the same time, it's malleable enough to really breathe over bumps as well. This isn't an uncomfortable supercar by any stretch. It's a true all-rounder. I've got to be honest though, to be able to pick it to bits, you almost got to visit a circuit because this is way too fast for the road.
What is clear on public roads is the all-wheel drive Performance does a better job in laying down its power. The electronics are the real brains of the operation, allowing you to press on more confidently out of corners, especially if the surface is a bit greasy underneath. The R8 is a genuine all-weather supercar, blending traditional muscle with a steering and chassis package that instill driver confidence. It's a very sharp machine, even by today's standards.
What I really love about the R8 is that at the push of a button, it goes from supercar to, well, it's like an Audi TT or an A3 even. It can be totally sedate and soft when you want it to be in the right driving mode. The engine dulls down, the power is a little bit more docile in its delivery, and the ride is a bit softer as well. What's also great is that it doesn't have a lot of the flaws typical of a supercar. There's decent vision front and rear. It's easy to get in and out of, and the cabin is really quite comfortable and has some decent incidental storage.
The user-friendly character trait is underlined for 2020 with heated sports seats, virtual cockpit display, LED headlights and taillights, and much more. If we had one fault with the cabin execution, it's probably too driver-centric, with no traditional centre screen.
The reality is that V10-powered supercars like the R8 are probably not much longer for this earth, especially without electrification. That makes this latest edition something of a swan song special. The fact that you can get it for under $300,000 in rear drive form, well, I don't think the R8's ever been so appealing.